Hello guys, I just finished building these Fondjoy 1/12 scale Mark 46 Ironman Model Kit figures. And after unboxing the box, it looking like this. This is everything come with the box. And personally, I spent around like 4 hours building this kit. So I should able to finish building it much sooner. But I have some problem while building this guy, and I will mention it in the later of this video. And first of all, I would love to say the color looks really good, and they're all pre-printed, so you don't have to do any coloring yourself. And compared for the last one, Mark 45, you can see the colors difference right here. You can see they are both scaled pretty well together. But same with the last time, the eyes and the art reactor, you still need to color them yourself. So mine, I'm using the white marker to color them. But there's still some pieces that have no color separation. For example, like right here, it should be like silver colors like these two, or in this part, like this part should be like silver pieces also. So the model kit design feel a little bit problem. For example, like this part, it feel a little bit missing. It doesn't feel like an Ironman suit, it just feel like a Ironman robot, like missing a part. And the articulation this time is also not that improved. The arm articulation is still very limited for a 90 degrees, that's the maximum. Same with last time, there's not much ab crunching forward. The maximum crunching forward is like this. And backward is like this. But one thing that is good is the neck connection is same with last time. You can still see the little reaction mechanic when you move the head looking upward. So the neck pieces in the middle will follow the head going forward. So you can do something like this. And behind, these pieces can be open like a little glider wing, like open like this. But I compared to some other Mark 46 figure, for example, like 30 or Hot Toy, they are opening these pieces like side open. Unlike this one is open like upward. I don't know which one is correct. Like I checked it in the movie. It seems like there's no scene for this Mark 46 to open the behind glider. So let's talk about the difficulty I have this time is actually this part. So to more specifically is this part. Personally, this part, while you plug into this little plastic, you can feel a little bit click sound to mean it's well secured. But when I finally assemble these whole leg pieces into the waist part, somehow this little part is like somehow pulling it out from the thigh part. The click mechanic is totally failed. It cannot lock this part secured into this tight part. And I also cannot simply just plug it back because I tried a few times, it wasn't clicked. So it means I cannot successfully plug it in all the way. So I have to disassemble these thigh part for me to plug in this little part into that little pieces again. Like this part, doing this part again for a little click sound. And again, it's still able to be removed from that little plastic pieces. And I disassemble it again and do it again for both legs. I do it like 3 times around, and it's still not able to security locking inside to this thigh part. So at the end, I just use some instant glue, like gluing these 2 little pieces together, and finally like resolve this problem that I have. And by doing it, it won't be able to like swivel now. Like last time, the leg can be swivel, but for fixing this problem, it totally locked now. So it only can swivel a little bit by the ball joint up there. So I don't know if this is only my QC issue or it's a common issue, but I in this having this like annoying problem. So if you are happen to building this guy, be careful. And for articulation, the head of course can turn left and right, tilt it side to side. Looking upward can be like this. Looking down will be like this. And there's little butterfly joint, so you can move the arm a little bit forward. So you can moving forward to cross arm like this. And of course, the arm can move 360. These shoulder armor pieces able to move around like this. And the arm can raise up like this, have a swivel design here. The elbow can bend only 90 degrees. And lastly, there's a ball joint here, so it means it can move very tiny little bit. And for the torso, it can move left and right. Very limited movement like this. And lower torso are also the same. So the F crunch can be like this. And moving backward will be like this. And for the leg, there's a little pulling down design. So the leg kicking up front can be like this. Kicking backward will be like this. Side kicking will be like this. And supposedly there will be a swivel design right there, but I used the instant glue to glue these two parts together. So for my copy, there won't be any swivel design right here. And the knees can bend like this. And for the ankle part, it can be pulling down for more movement articulation. Can move a little bit side to side because there's a ball joint design right there. Lastly, there's tiny little bit toe joint movement. For the accessory, it comes with some effect part, some swappable hand, some midsole. You can replace the elbow armor pieces and stand. So for the midsole pieces, you need to break apart these arm pieces, like actually disassembling it to install these midsole pieces. So I'm not very recommend to do that. So you have to do all these to replace to this little midsole part. So it's quite difficult to swap it. So my suggestion is like choose the look that you want at the beginning when you're building this guy. If you don't want to like disassembling and putting it back together. If not, you may need to like disassembling every time when you want to swap the looks. So for me now, I have to like disassemble it again to swap back to the normal look. But it's actually not that hard to disassemble the arm pieces. So it's up to you. This is the side comparison with other Fondjoy 1/12 scale model kit action figures. So this is the Deadpool, comic book Deadpool, and this is Ironman Mark 45. And this is the side comparison with the SH Figure Art MCU characters. So this is Iron Man Mark 7. And this is Thor from the Avenger one. And this is compared with the SHF Doctor Strange and SHF Thor from the Endgame. And this is compared with the Mayfax MCU characters. We have Mark 85 and Winter Soldiers right here. You can see the Fondjoy model kit seem a little bit smaller compared to the Mayfax characters. This is compared with Mayfax Tom Holland Spider-Man and Mayfax Black Panther. And this is compared with City Toy Gambit and AC Factory Ultron. So here my final thought on this Fondjoy Iron Man 1/12 scale model kit Mark 46. I think the color separation looks great. The pre-printed metallic deep red color looks beautiful, but there's some overall design problem with this model kit. For example, the thigh part, the plastic cannot properly lock in that little pieces, and for the knees part somehow seems there's little bit thing is missing, feel like not completed. So I blame this to the overall design problem, and the articulation have not improved it since the last time, although you can still pull the superhero landing poses, but the arm articulation limitation just should be easily improved. Like this arm should not just bend 90 degrees and That's it. That's the limitation of the arm limitation. And also the legs, like it block every time. Although it's already having a pulling down design, it's still like blocking to do a much more kicking forward articulation. And this seems like a zero crunch at forward. Like the articulation is not good. But this guy is relatively quite cheap. I personally spent like about $13 on this guy, and I feel with this cheap price, I think it's quite worth it as a model kit. But when I making of this video, I checked on AliExpress. I saw the price is around like 25 or something. That was too expensive in my opinions. Like, you guys should wait until the price like below $20, $15 or $13. Like below $20 is much more reasonable, and around $15 I think is a great deal. But for now, 20 something, not recommend. This is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a like or consider subscribe. I hope I can see you in my next video. So, goodbye.